how do we get back to our breath? Work in, not just work out. And really listen to what does the body need? What does it want? How do I pay attention to that, even though there's not a monetary component to that? At least yet, maybe in the future, if we don't take care of ourselves.
Yeah, there's so many beautiful tools out there. These books, for example, when you mentioned Patrick McGowan, I'm also thinking of Breath by James Nestor.
Yep.
Where he shares and talks about the human body at rest in a balanced nervous system would take about 5.5 full breaths per minute, which is equal to about 5.5 liters of air per minute. But if we're not observing and aware of our breath, and we don't practice catching ourselves, whether we're watching a scary movie and where that inhales the sympathetic nervous fight, flight, freeze, self-protection. But when something happens and we're like, oh, now that exhale is the parasympathetic, calming, restoring, healing, slowing part of the breath, the equal and opposites of our breath. So when we don't observe, we might be breathing 10 or 15 times per minute, which is a form of hyperventilation. So now our body is stuck in this sympathetic state where we're go, 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 fight, flight, freeze. I'm here right now, but I'm not focused on this conversation because I need to be here in 10 minutes and I gotta go. Nice to see you, right? So how can we learn to observe ourselves wherever we are? Like if we're driving in our vehicle, like I was on the way down here, how can I catch myself at times and just observe my current way of breathing? And how can I pause and slow and actually ask and invite my body to show me how it would like to take its next breath in? And when we start breathing in a little bit slower, longer, and deeper, we're taking in a little bit more air over a little more time. And now we have more air within us to breathe out slower, longer, and deeper. And now we're calming our nervous system and bringing the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system into balance. We don't want to be in one or the other. We want to be in balance. And this is a beautiful segue into really 3 of the major body systems that we are operating in. Is our sensory system, which perceives our environment. We were in the ocean with 20, 30 other people the other day. And people who have more experience and more time in the ocean are comfortable surfing 4 or 5 foot waves. They're probably in a quite balanced nervous system state and they're having fun. Someone else who's only surfed a couple of times are getting worked. They're breathing, they're fighting the ocean, their body's nervous system is in a completely different state. So our sensory system perceives the environment. We could be driving, we could be in a difficult conversation in a relationship. One person feels one way, one person feels slightly different. And then that sensory system informs our nervous system. So where are we coming from? Am I being self-protective in this conversation with my parents or my partner? Or am I just observing and listening to their perspective and receiving it and supporting them? And then if you tie that into this realm of athletes and athletic performance, how our sensory system informs our nervous system, and now our nervous system, if we're in that sympathetic state, has our musculoskeletal system in fight, flight, and freeze. So now we're holding tension deep within our body. So I really think of this program too, and with working professionals, whether you're an NBA player playing half of your games away, where you're road tripping, flying, whether you're hosting podcasts and traveling and going to retreats and facilitating in different countries, even just traveling has our body in that kind of sympathetic nervous system state, being on time, being around a lot of people, taking in the energy of others. So how can we have this daily practice where we're not just for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before bed, but throughout the day, observe the current state that we're coming from. So when I meet another person, I'm meeting them where they are at. And I cannot change the energy of someone else. I can't say, hey, change your energy or do this or do that. I am 50% of this relationship with you, Bryce. I can be accountable for my 50%. And when I am in that place within me, that supports you to be in that place within you. And now we have 2 more calmer nerve operating systems. But if you're coming in really hot and rah, 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 and Stu, you didn't do this, or you said you were going to do that, my nervous system wants to go, oh, shit, I did something wrong. This winds me all the way back to my 5-year-old self of not passing a test and not being enough. Like the experiment that you were just sharing. If I'm told, hey, that was wrong, or you didn't do that right, or your score wasn't enough, how many of us are walking around every day from a place of just playing that game? Some days I feel enough, some days I don't feel enough. What was if we didn't play that game of polarity and duality anymore, and we've always been perfect? It's just the idea of perfection has us chasing it, where we've actually always just been it. It's like a Don Miguel Ruiz perspective from the 4 Agreements of everybody born has always been perfect. But this pursuit of happiness has us chasing happiness rather than just being happy. Mm-hmm. And so that's really important to me, is to have 30, 40 minutes to myself in the morning when I wake up, before checking my phone, before checking emails, social media, text messages, before welcoming 100 other things and energies into my life. How can I just be with self? How can I slow down, check in with my sensory, nervous system, musculoskeletal system, and really listen, really tune in to see what my body needs, and help to actually align it with gravity before the day begins? And then how does that impact our relationships, with work, with partners, with self? And so that's really where I'm loving sharing this practice, more like hand-to-hand, face-to-face with my family and closest friends in this moment, as I'm writing and curating scripts to then support them with guided audios for after our sessions. So really using this educational platform to teach others how to do this for themselves. Mm-hmm. I cannot heal anybody, but I can share a platform and a practice where people learn how to heal self. And that's partly why we're here.